the Crane Room for your lunch and dinner rendezvous. You'll enjoy their pleasant atmosphere. The Crane Room takes pride in their wide variety menu. Appetizers, sandwiches, soups, salads, entrees, pasta, and the best burgers in town. Newcastle's best selection of domestic, import, and craft beers from around the world, and the Crane Room features a 35-tap draft system. Ask about their daily specials that will please you every time. The Crane Room is located at 3009 Wilmington Road in Neshannock Township. Call 724-656-1553.
When I'm on the go, I take NCTV45 with me.
Give Mangina Outside Services a call when you want a yard project done and done right. Bud Mangina is the owner, and he and his staff will do just about any yard project, and he also does hauling of your trash and unwanted items. Mangina Outside Services covers the greater Newcastle area with very affordable prices. Tell Bud you heard this message on NCTV45, and you'll receive a 10% discount. Call 724-3658. That's 724-614-3658.
Quiet, relaxing tranquility. That's Bethy's Bakery and Eatery in Valant, Pennsylvania. But you may ask, is it a bakery or is it a restaurant? Bakery, restaurant. Well, they have cakes of every kind. And not only that, they have burgers also, and turnovers, and salads, and donuts, and nachos, and cupcakes, and cream puffs, and just goes on and on. But let's not forget, home of the plate-sized cinnamon roll. Is it a bakery? Is it a restaurant? You decide. Bethy's in Valant.
It's Bud's Flowers when you want a wide variety of flowers for any occasion. They also have a selection of fine gifts and more. Bud's Flowers is conveniently located in downtown Newcastle at 120 East Washington Street. Call Bud's Flowers at 724-652-7727 or toll free from anywhere, 1-800-443-7726. It's Bud's Flowers in downtown Newcastle.
Keep watching NCTV45 for Cookin' the Castle. You're going to love it. McCree Sports, 835 Moravia Street, wants you to be on top of your game. Go to McCree Sports for all your sporting needs. You can call them at 724-654-6065. McCree Sports. They'll make you shine. Hey, thanks for tuning in and welcome to Focus NC. We're with State Representative Chris Sainato, and we've talked about community, some of the services that are done out of his office in Newcastle, and now the question that everybody wants to know. The casino and racetrack. What is the status? Maybe even before you can explain the process, because I think people, I get this a lot, Chris. People think, well, we take a picture and then it just goes on TV. And there's a process to everything that goes on. And sometimes maybe people don't understand the process.
Well, the gaming process, the slots were legalized on July the 4th in 2004. So it's just made 10 years since the actual legislation was passed, signed into law by Governor Rendell. And now, our casino started probably about 6 months to a year later, the process with Carmen Schick and his proposal in Lawrence County, and you had Beaver County with a proposal, and you had different facilities throughout the state, and our competition was always with Beaver County. A couple years later, we finally got the casino awarded for, or the harness track awarded for Lawrence County. And unfortunately, with the things that were going on, and it took us a couple years to battle with Beaver County and the whole situation. Then in 2008, the whole economy collapsed, and Centaur, who actually was going to build the casino, went bankrupt. And it looked very bleak and bad at the time, and we keep scratching along. And over the course of some time, you've got new investors, Mr. Chuck Long from Lawrence County, who's done an outstanding job stepping up to the plate and trying to salvage the project, and they have at this point. And I think, you know, that's where credit should be given. I mean, everyone has been very positive from the beginning as far as community leaders. Commissioner Vogler goes every month to the hearings in Harrisburg. All levels of government, we're all on the same page, Democrats, Republicans, you know, to try to get this thing resolved. Everything that can be done has been done. When Penn National stepped up to the plate to be the operator, they put down the $50 million. For probably the last few years, the problem was money. No one had the money to build the casino. But through the hard work of Mr. Long and his NIDA and the company, they are able to do this. And we had a hearing on May the 8th before the gaming board. That's the first major step because you have the testifiers. I think everyone did a great job speaking on behalf and support of the casino. The only people that were opposing it were the Meadows, the Rivers, and in Erie, Prescott. I mean, they don't want it. Well, yeah, I understand they don't want it, but that's not what the rule is. Under the law in Pennsylvania, you'll have 14 casinos. You have 5 standalone, which are already awarded, except for Philadelphia. They're still going through this process in Philadelphia because the casino that was supposed to locate there went bankrupt.
And a lot of people don't realize that. They think, oh, it's only Newcastle.
No. It's been Philadelphia lost their casino, which they were supposed to have about the same time as ours. They went bankrupt. And they're going through this process of awarding a new license over there. We were awarded the harness license. Under the state law, if you have a harness license, you can get a casino license. That's the most important thing, is the casino license. By having the casino license, that's where the money's to be made, the slots and the table games. So we have the harness license. It's here. The gaming board has to approve that as long as everything's in order. They've done all the background checks. We've had the local suitability hearing. There's one hearing left, and that hearing will be in Harrisburg. It will be on the financials of the company. If Penn National is still involved in this, which they are, which is a super company, well financed, you have 3 major investors in Philadelphia that are part of this project, lots of money and revenue to put into the project. That's what was lacking for so long, and we have that now. So I feel comfortable if they go before the gaming board in Harrisburg with their financials, we should be fine. And then the next step after that will be the approval of the license, and that's when they would build the facility. I mean, you could build it any time, but you know the money's not in the horse racing. The money's in the casino. I mean, people are a little concerned about Austintown. I'm not threatened by Austintown. Austintown is going to be a thoroughbred track with video slots. Our facility is a full-scale casino, the same you would find in Las Vegas or Atlantic City. You will have table games, you will have real slot machines, and you will have harness racing. So I'm saying is, that's why I believe Penn National is part of this project. They're the ones who built Austintown, but they also are going to be the operator here in Lawrence County. So that's a good thing, because I think they could work, you know, between the two. So, and you know, I've talked to a few people that were hired over in Austintown, and they're Newcastle residents, and their goal is to transfer over to here once our facility gets built. So, I mean, I feel comfortable where we are right now, but until it's done, I mean, I'm frustrated as well as most people are of how slow the process is moving. But unfortunately, under the law which we passed in 2004, you had to do background checks. Financials have to. We made one of the toughest laws in the country, and that's what takes time.
You know, I'm glad you explained the difference between Austintown and Newcastle, because I don't think a lot of people realized what they had and what we had.
Right. I think people are going to be in for a surprise when it does open there and find out those aren't those slot machines that they like to play.
Right.
at the Rivers or the Meadows or Atlantic City. They're video machines, but they're fine for some people. But I'm
Right.
saying most want the real slot machines. And most of the market in this area, especially the Youngstown market, they're table games market. They want to shoot dice. They want to play blackjack. They want to play poker. They want that. That's where our market is at. It's not Newcastle.
Right.
Newcastle's a nice market, but they could never sustain a casino. The Youngstown market, when you put the circle around, that's where the numbers are. And that's why our location has always been a good location to locate, because you have the players. And there's no opposition, very minimal opposition for our casino. The gaming board was impressed because they didn't come in and see picketers wanting to stop the project.
Right.
And most places they've gone in the state, they've had controversy and they have had a major people opposing it. They didn't have that here. I mean, everybody was on the same page. It was good to see everybody working together, all levels of government, community leaders, the chamber, labor, all on the same page, all with the same message. So I'm hoping, soon, within the next few months, we get some positive news.
Do you know when the hearing is, or do we know when the
As of this taping, they have not set the hearing date in Harrisburg, and that's what we're waiting for.
Okay. And I want to give a shout out, and I was glad you mentioned his name, Mr. Long. I believe he did some good work in the community that went unrecognized when he put the ball fields out in Laurel.
Mm-hmm. I was there when they first did that. And
you know,
the guy's a great community leader. He's out and about. He's done a lot out in that community, and he really picked up the ball when Centaur went belly up and things were looking very bleak. So a lot of credit goes to him, as well as Carmen Schick, whose dream and goal back in 2004 is where we are today. So I'm saying is, when you look back at some of these community leaders who really stepped up to the plate, we have a lot to be proud of in our community, and I really want to see this thing come to a conclusion. We need the jobs. We need revenue to come into the community. And, at that time, I think we can really have to say praises. But at this point, let's just get it done. I mean, that's the most important thing.
There you go. Thanks, Chris. And you've been watching Focus NC. This is part 3. Now, if you want to go back, you can go back and watch part 1, part 2. That's why we say anytime on your time, feel free to do that. And this is Representative Chris Sainato from Newcastle, and I'm Angelo Perrotta. We thank you for watching Focus NC, and please tune in to some of our more other programming anytime you wish. Thanks again, and good seeing you.
We have a great relationship with Main Street Clothiers and Custom Tailors in downtown Newcastle at 210 East Washington Street. And whenever you watch Focus NC, my wardrobe is furnished by Main Street Clothiers and Custom Tailors. Bill's Bake Shop will make you happy. Bill Cast is the owner, and he and his staff keep the tradition going with all those bakery items that you remember as a kid. Just to name a few items, Bill makes cream sticks, cinnamon rolls, bear claws, cream horns, cannoli, cakes, pies, cookies, bread, pizza, and so much more. Bill's Bake Shop, located at 228 North Liberty Street in the Mahoningtown section of Newcastle, is open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 to 5, and Sunday, 7 to 2, closed on Monday. Bill's, where smiles are everywhere. Call 724-654-4223. Make it Lanigan's Irish Pub, where you'll be amazed with the weekly specials. Pub grub, salads, burgers, sandwiches, Irish specialties, and desserts. Lanigan's has a full bar featuring domestic, craft, and Irish draft beer. You can also book a party at Lanigan's at 126 East Washington Street in downtown Newcastle. As they say at Lanigan's Irish Pub, the best Irish food since Ireland. Call 724-657-3444.
This is NCTV45. You can watch us anytime on your time.
Pizza 2 in downtown Newcastle with a great variety menu that you will tell everybody about. Chris Quiera, the owner, is here with more information.
Stop down and see us at Little Johnny's 2. We're located at 130 East Washington Street, or give us a call at 724-657-2210.
Haynes Comfort Living Furniture, 32 North Beaver Street in Newcastle. There's no place like home, and there's no place like Haney's for that special look that'll leave you company in awe. It's Haney's in downtown Newcastle.
Whether it's a scheduled appointment or same-day service, DiCaprio Carpet Cleaning offers 24/7 service for commercial, industrial, and residential, as well as fire and water damage restoration. Using state-of-the-art technology, DiCaprio Carpet Cleaning experts are ready to professionally clean your carpet today. Call DiCaprio Carpet Cleaning for a free in-home estimate. Thank you for making us Lawrence and Mercer County's largest carpet cleaner.
And remember, nobody gets your carpet cleaner.